Alert! It's draft night. The Chicago Bears have traded up to the number 11 pick to select Justin Fields, quarterback out of Ohio State. The biggest move of the night here in round one of the NFL draft. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. If you've never seen this channel before, hit that subscribe button because we break down all things Chicago Bears. But Justin Fields is the selection at number 11 overall. And later in the video, we'll kind of break down how this happened, who some of the picks were before Justin Fields. But let's talk about the prospect himself. Arguably the number 2 quarterback prospect in this draft class. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, he was the easiest home run pick of the class. But we should acknowledge Justin Fields outdueled Trevor Lawrence in the college football playoff this year. Not even close. He was the best player on that night when Ohio State drubbed Clemson. I think Trevor Lawrence would even acknowledge that. He's got the size, 6'2", 227 pounds there. Tom Downey, our NFL draft analyst at Chat Sports, he had Fields as his number 4 overall player, as his number 2 quarterback here. And for whatever reason, in the final weeks and months leading up to the draft, Justin Fields started to slide. I don't know where this came from. I know the whole, he's got epilepsy, but it's never been a problem during his football career. He's had family members who have had it and who have outgrown it. I'm not concerned about that here, but he ends up being the 4th quarterback off the board behind Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance. And you get Justin Fields at number 11 overall. Here are the trade details here as the Bears move up from 20 to 11. The Giants pick up number 20 overall, a first-round pick next year, a 5th this year, and a 4th next year. Guys, that's not that bad. That is not that bad to basically only give up an extra first for Justin Fields. You keep your 2nd-round pick. You can go draft an offensive tackle. You have your 3rd-round pick. Go get a slot receiver. Get a cornerback. The Bears can still get done what they need to accomplish in this draft. Home run trade, home run move for Ryan Pace, who we'll give some credit to even more in just a few moments. If you are fired up about the Justin Fields pick as much as I am, I want you to type me in the comments. I want to see you type me more than once. Just spam it in the comment section. How can you not be fired up about Justin Fields to the Chicago Bears? Go ahead and let me know by typing me if you're fired up. So we talk more about the pick here again. The 4th quarterback off the board. He goes number 11 overall. Size, arm strength. He checks all the physical boxes. Again, 6'2", 225. He throws a beautiful deep ball. He's got that kind of rainbow Russell Wilson deep ball where he just drops it in the bucket. He's really good at that. He's a big play quarterback. What does that mean? That means that at times he could probably just take the easy check down, but he's looking to make the bigger play. Those decision-making types of things, he'll grow into those as he moves forward. I'm okay with my quarterback being a risk taker at times. You don't think Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City is a risk taker? He doesn't check down the ball a lot because he's looking for the big play. Now, you got to find that balance. You got to hit the underneath route and take the 6-yard slant when it's there. But Justin Fields, he challenges defensive backs downfield. He trusts what he sees. This is a big play quarterback and a big game quarterback who only lost 2 games in his entire college career at Ohio State. This guy is a big-time football player, and I'm so excited for the Bears, and you Bears fans deserve it. Especially you guys who have been watching this team for decades now, have never seen a competent quarterback under center for Chicago. You got one now, in my opinion, in Justin Fields. Real quick, shout out to Duke for the super chat. Bears just made the move in the pick of the draft. I totally agree with that. If you super chat, we'll shout you guys out on the show. Appreciate you, Duke, on that one. Real quick here, that guy in purple also. Bear the hell down. Hey, bear down, baby. Get it in the comment section. Bear down if you are fired up for this pick by Chicago. Are you kidding me? Type bear down in the comment section because I am so fired up right now. You guys wouldn't believe it. I'm down to talk this thing out with you guys for a while when it comes to Justin Fields. And this is why you subscribe. A lot of you guys have probably never stumbled across our channel before because when big news like this happens, we see new fans stumble across this on YouTube and say, hey, what's this guy all about? You know what we're all about here at Chicago Bears Now? Daily Bears videos, the latest news, rumors. We've been pumping out draft content leading up to the NFL draft, and we're live on YouTube right now breaking down the Justin Fields pick. hit that big red button and subscribe. It's youtube.com/BearsNow. Share that link with a friend, but you're watching right now. Little subscribe button. It's free. Click it. More Bears coverage after the draft. We're not one of those channels that just pops up during the draft or when big things happen. We're interactive. We have fun with you guys. Oh, and by the way, live shows every Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So let's just kind of break down, okay, how did Justin Fields fall to number 11 overall? Well, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, no shock there. The 49ers held the key to this draft in a lot of ways. They went Trey Lance, number 3, and I think that was a big deal for Chicago. Here's why. A, I think Atlanta would have taken Trey Lance at 4 had the 49ers selected Mac Jones. What does that mean? One less quarterback would have been available. Sure, Fields still would have been out there, but a team may have traded up earlier to like number 5, number 6, and we saw Jamar Chase go number 5 to the Cincinnati Bengals. We saw Jalen Waddle go number 6 to the Miami Dolphins, as we can push those across here. Penei Sewell and J.C. Horn. So you're getting into that 6 through 8 range. I'm like, hey, go trade for him, trade for him. Ryan Pace stayed patient, Matt Nagy stayed patient, and Justin Fields, he ends up falling into your lap at number 11 overall after Horn goes 8, I believe Surtain went 9, and then Devontae Smith in a trade up by Philadelphia ended up going number 10 overall before the Bears pulled the trigger on a trade and traded for Justin Fields. That is letting the draft come to you. Ryan Pace panicked when he traded for Mitch Trubisky. It was a flat-out panic. He moved up one spot, gave up multiple draft picks to do it, and didn't even take the best quarterback in this class. Patient approach this time around. Bang for your buck, Justin Fields outside the top 10. Are you kidding me? And you only give up an extra first, basically? A couple of day 3 picks? Who cares? Justin Fields might be your guy for the next 15 years. This is such a great pick for Ryan Pace and the Bears. I salute Ryan Pace big time. Answer this question for me. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Did the Bears make the right pick? And then we're going to talk about Ryan Pace. We'll go full screen on that. Did the Bears make the right pick of Justin Fields? If you're typing N, I'm convinced you're a Packers fan. Get your votes in, Y for yes or N for no. And I want to talk about Ryan Pace because I pride myself in being objective. I pride myself in giving credit where it's due and ripping a guy where it's due. Ryan Pace has made some bad quarterback moves, okay? He gave Mike Glennon $45 million. He traded up for Mitch Trubisky in a draft that had Deshaun Watson and even Patrick Mahomes, but leave Mahomes out of it. You could have had Watson. He traded a 4th-round pick for Nick Foles, who was washed at that point. I thought he should have been fired after this past year. You can't evaluate quarterbacks. You can't be a GM in the NFL. Maybe Nagy had more influence on this pick. We'll see as more information comes out. But you know what? Bravo, Ryan Pace. Kudos to you. This is the best move on paper he has made since he's been the general manager of the Chicago Bears. And you know what? I'm saying this right now on the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft on draft night, April 29th. If this pick doesn't work out, if we look back in 3 years and Justin Fields ends up being a bust, you won't hear a peep from me. I'll say, you know what? At the time, that was a great move. No one's going to question that move. Doesn't mean it's going to work out. Nothing's a guarantee in the NFL, especially at quarterback. But you know what? Justin Fields is a really, really good prospect, and you got to be fired up about this if you're Bears fans. And I'm telling you right now, Ryan Pace, good for you. Doesn't mean your tenure in Chicago will end up being, a 25-year GM, but you know what? I'm giving you props where props are due. You deserve credit for pulling the trigger on a Justin Fields trade.